through detoxification and just in general as well. Heidi, do you want to take the lead on the kidneys?
Yes. So I think, just in case we want to know where they are, these are our kidneys. So our kidneys are one of our biggest elimination systems. They filter everything that ends up in our urine and then out through the bladder. So quick little diagram of where they are. There's two of them. Some people have three, but most of us have two. And the functions of the kidney is to eliminate cellular waste from the lymphatic system. So there are two major types of waste in our bodies. We have digestive waste, which is from the food and everything that we consume. And then we have cellular waste from our cells. And that is actually what our kidneys are there for. So our bodies have over 1 trillion cells. Like it's like incomprehensible. It's just so many. And each cell produces waste. So we can imagine how much waste is in our bodies that need to be eliminated. All of this cellular waste is then dumped into the lymphatic system, which is scattered throughout our body, all the lymph nodes, and then it's filtered out through the kidneys. That's how our bodies function. So to know if your kidneys are doing a good job of filtering, what you can do, which is really fun, is you can collect your urine, your morning urine. You can do it any time of day, but I find the best way, especially in the beginning while we're getting our kidneys like revved up, because a lot of us, our kidneys are a bit of a sleep right now due to the modern diet, due to the amount of toxins and chemicals that we're exposed to. A lot of us, our kidneys aren't filtering as well as they could be. And so I find the best way to really check this out is to do a 12-hour dry fast throughout the night. So say you stop drinking and eating at 8 p.m., if you wake up at 8 a.m. and first thing you do, you set yourself up with a clear glass jar, clear glass, you collect your morning urine, you let it sit on the counter or in the bathroom, and then you want to hold it up to the light and you want to just see if there's anything in it. So does your urine look like this? You can see on the left side, it's very foamy. If your urine is really foamy, it means that you are consuming too much protein. Or does it look like the one on the right, which is, it's not clear, it's yellow, which is fine. And we won't actually talk about the color. The color is not as important. The color has to do more with hydration. So right now we're really focusing on the transparency, if we can see through it, if there's any particles in it, if, we'll show some other photos. But if it looks like the one on the right, just kind of like a clear yellow, that means your kidneys aren't filtering very well. So your urine must have sediment in it, because if it's clear, where are all of your cellular wastes?
Thank you, Heidi.
So check your urine occasionally. And these are some great examples of what we want to see. This is good. I know that this might look a little bit scary, but this is actually what we would like to see. We want to see specks, we want to see particles, we want to see kind of mucus strains, we want to see, clouds. This is all really good stuff. A lot of us in the beginning, what we'll do is you want to actually leave your urine. You might look at it and be like, I'm not really sure if there's anything in there. You maybe see a few specks. So just leave it on the counter for, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, and then check it again and see if there's like anything that has sunk to the bottom, and see if maybe if there's a thin film. And I can tell you all, I have been detoxing for 4 months, and I still am not really filtering. It's, some of us, it just takes a while. And so just be patient. Don't get discouraged. It's just information for you to have to know where you're at. And this can, regenerate. Your kidneys can wake up. So it's just information. So what if your kidneys aren't filtering? So when your kidneys lose their ability to filter the cellular waste, which are acidic, they end up backing up into your lymphatic system. And this backup of acids is called inflammation. When we have too much acid in the body, we are going to have inflammation, pain, swelling, and acid compounds destroy tissues. If you think about it, like any kind of acid, what does it do? It destroys things. So if we have a lot of acid in our body, we are slowly destroying our tissues in our bodies. And interestingly enough, cancer cells are just cells that are damaged by their own acid waste. So this is something that we really want to focus on. Regenerative health, what Ilse and I have been studying, is really centered around kidney filtration. It's like the #1 elimination system. If we can get our kidneys filtering, we're already doing worlds for our bodies. So, and everything that you guys are all doing this month with the Purium products, They are also designed to help your kidneys wake up, to bring your body into an alkaline state. That cherry juice at night is huge for kidney filtration, so make sure you're having that every night. But yeah, so this is about the kidneys.
Yay, kidneys.
Yeah.
Kidneys and little glands. So, how to support your kidneys? Do you want to keep going, Heidi?
Yeah. So other things you can do in addition to the superfoods that you have, just, and I think we are all been taught well by Ilsa and myself how much we love fruit and how much fruit will your body. So fruits are kidneys' best friends. So astringent fruits are going to be the best. Cherries, grapes are amazing. Citrus, berries, all of those fruits are going to do wonders for your kidneys. And then of course you can also incorporate some medicinal herbs that are not too hard on the body, so you can incorporate them as teas and safely. So nettle is fantastic for the kidneys. Parsley, dandelion leaf, juniper berries, uva ursi. I think most of us are familiar with that if we're into herbal medicine, and saw palmetto berries. So a lot of these are really accessible and things that you can incorporate to help out. Oh, we went backwards.
All right, let's talk about the colon. So fun stuff. Our colon is split into basically 4 different parts. So you'll see up here, we've got the transverse colon, and then the descending colon, the ascending colon, and the sigmoid colon. So those are all the different sections that our waste has to travel through to actually get out through our rectum. So the colon obviously carries waste and byproduct from digestion to be eliminated. And the lymphatic system also eliminates 1/3 or more of its waste through the colon. So part of clearing out the lymph is getting our bowels moving. And the colon is the sewer system of the body and must be in a good state of health in order for the whole body to be in a good state of health. Like think about if your toilet's broken and leaking, you've got sewage coming into your house. That's the same as your body. And that toxic waste can really cause some issues if our colon is not in good condition. It also plays a role in absorbing water through that digestive process, and trace and microtrace minerals and vitamins as well. So supporting your colon, raw foods are amazing. They're packed full of electrical fiber. All of those good raw fruits and vegetables are going to really help support the elimination system. Hydrating fruits are essential in the mornings, especially if you're feeling constipated at all. I would really lean into the hydrating fruits like your melons first thing in the morning. And again, remember, eat melons alone or not at all, because they digest so fast. You don't want them backed up on top of any other food because they will putrefy in your stomach. So that's why we eat them first and by themselves, because they'll digest like fully through your body within 15, 20 minutes of eating them. They're pretty amazing. And they've got so much nutrients and hydration in there. And get a colonic or a home enema if you're feeling backed up, or even just as like a good way to start your cleanse as well. Some people like to just go and get a colonic to really clear out the intestinal walls and the GI tract and get all that impacted waste that's been sitting in there for a while and get it out, because some stuff doesn't just come out, it sits in there, and that can putrefy as well. Just think about like old poop in your body. It's not good for us. Taking an herbal support like a GI tincture or a GI tea is super helpful. They actually have specific tinctures. Dr. Morse is one of the companies and distributors that we work with as regenerative health practitioners, and he creates a whole line of GI herbs. So based on like where you're at, like if you're constipated, you take one version, or if you're moving a lot every day, you take a different version so that you can really balance out your bowels and how they're functioning. If you don't want to go the tincture route, there are just some regular herbs that you can purchase that are helpful, and some of these are more common than others. The Casera Sagrada, you know, that's a little trickier to find, but I still have online resources if you're interested in finding it. Flax seeds obviously are very popular. Marshmallow and slippery elm, white oak bark, mullein, you can find all over the place, and chickweed and gentian herb is also really good for the GI tract. Heidi, do you want to take the skin?
Yes. So our skin is actually our largest eliminative organ, which is super interesting. And it's also other functions are temperature control, you know, helps our bodies, and protecting our inner organs. So the skin is actually referred to as some people as our third kidney. Because what will happen is when our kidneys aren't filtering very well, our body will use our skin like a kidney. It's like, because it needs to come out. So some of it will get backed up, but when it gets really extreme and it's really backed up and our body can no longer sustain this, it'll start pushing waste out of our skin. So what does this look like? It looks like pimples, psoriasis, eczema, boils, cysts, rashes, dry skin, flaky skin, dandruff, and skin cancer. So surprisingly, I think, you know, Western medicine makes these things a little bit more complicated, and all it is, all of these things have the same thing in common. It's backed up lymphatic waste in our bodies that is now being pushed out of our skin because our kidneys are not filtering at a high enough level. And also because we're probably taking in too many toxins in combination with our kidneys being, you know, a little bit weak. And now it's our body's just like in crisis mode and it's pushing it out of our skin. So if you or anybody you know has any of these skin issues, please send them our way. We can help. Yeah. You don't have to live with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've seen some of these seriouser skin conditions clear up in just a couple of months with superfood products. It's really amazing.
Yeah, actually, I had a client recently who reached out to me. She only did 1 month of our maintenance program because she's breastfeeding. And within 1 month of using the Core 4, she had like all of these like small psoriasis patches all over her body, and they were all gone in 1 month. I mean, that was like, I can't promise that for everybody, but she honestly was like, just all she did was incorporate these superfoods, got her body alkaline, and her psoriasis went away. It's astounding. So how do we support our skin? Dry brushing, I cannot suggest this enough. It is the easiest, most enjoyable thing we can all be doing to help our skin. Slough off that dead skin, open up the pores, get out, help the skin eliminate. Dry brushing is honestly one of the best things we could do. And Ilse is going to go deeper into what dry brushing is about and more of its benefits a little bit later on in this workshop. Sweating. So whether that's exercising, going into a sauna, a steam room, we want to sweat. That's another way to help our skin. Hot and cold is really good. So if you have a hot shower at the end, you can get really cold, or if you're lucky to have access to a hot and cold plunge anywhere at a sauna or a gym or somewhere, that is a really excellent thing to do. Not using lotions or creams. And now this is something that is, probably gonna be hard for a lot of us. A lot of us use creams and lotions on our body every single day. I myself being one of them, because I have had, since I can remember, dry, flaky skin. So I was like, always lathering up. And one of the things I dedicated myself to in this last 4 months was I stopped using anything. And for 3.5 months, my skin was dry and flaky, and it was kind of embarrassing. But I stuck with it because I was determined, and I can go happily say that I have been in the last couple weeks looking at my skin, and my skin is no longer dry and flaky. It is like regaining its own natural oils. I mean, and this is after years. I'm 36 years old. So you can think, 20 years of me putting oils and lotions on my skin. And I can live without lotion and oil, because actually what that's doing is that's pushing all of our waste back into our bodies. We're creating a film so our skin doesn't breathe, and it's not able to eliminate what it needs to eliminate. So I can't encourage you enough to maybe try and give your skin a break. And it might take some time before it, restabilizes, but it will happen. And if really, really necessary, you need to put skin or oil on your body, please only use pure, raw, organic oils. It's like grapeseed oil, olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba. And in addition, like everything else, a raw alkaline diet, or, at least incorporating raw alkaline foods into your diet is going to help your skin, as well as hydration. Fruit juices, especially citrus juices like orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice with that high vitamin C content, is going to make your skin just glow. So these are all the fun things, and all easy and enjoyable.
Oh.
Backwards.
I keep pressing the forward button and it goes backwards. It's very frustrating. I'm sorry.
We're having a great technological day.
As we're going on, you will see some reoccurring factors. So you'll be like, oh, I need to sweat. I need to eat hydrating fruits. I need to do these common factors that kind of support all of the elimination systems. So you'll see some threads, reoccurring threads. So the lungs, let's talk about them. They are so lovely. I didn't know this until I started regenerative health school, but the lungs are a major elimination pathway, and they expel up to 70% of the body's toxic waste. So this means that only 30% of our toxic waste is going through the kidneys, our bowels, our urine, and our skin. Like, it's wild. So they also carry oxygen to all of our tissues, cells, and blood. So they are essential to us living, obviously. And they remove carbon dioxide, which helps regulate the acid-base balance of the body and bring hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen into the body. And these elements are keys to surviving and thriving. So how do we support the lungs? Again, exercise, cardiovascular activity is really great. Breath work, I'm going to be diving deeper into the benefits of breath work in a second. So I'll hold off on that, but it is monumental as far as improving lung function. Minerals are actually essential for cardiovascular health and lung health. We have a product with Purium called Ionic Elements that has over 60 minerals. If you're interested in learning more about that, let me know, because I started taking it and it's a game changer as far as reabsorption of minerals and just feeling like energetic and good on a day-to-day basis. Avoiding dairy and meat because they are inflammatory and mucus forming. I mean, dairy, that's obvious. But meat you wouldn't really think of as much. But when there's inflammation in the body, our body will create more mucus to buffer those acids as well. And avoiding smoking, obviously, but inhaling toxins and chemicals in general. So if you are a chef and you work over a fryer every day or something like that, that can actually be really toxic on your body. And stop you from detoxing. Or if you work at a nail salon, or if you're around nail polish a lot, or you paint your nails a lot inside and you don't ventilate your space or something like that. So starting to think about the little things, little ways to decrease the amount of toxins and chemicals that you're inhaling, getting an air purifier for your space, or things like that can actually move the needle and be really helpful. And then herbs for the lungs, the platycodon root, again, is one of those weird ones that's a little trickier to find. I can help you find if you want. There are herbal respiratory tonics that are great that have lots of balancing and rejuvenating herbs in them if you don't want to go out and like build your own tea or find these herbs. But these are the main ones that I love, that we love for regenerative lunging. Cayenne pepper, mullein again, fenugreek seed, horehound, comfrey, and lobelia. Heidi, do you want to take the parasites?
Yes. And one thing I wanted to add about the chemical inhalation is also something that we often don't think about is our cleaning products that we use. Oh, yeah. Because they can really emit quite a lot of chemicals and smells. And so if you really do need to use some heavy duty cleaning materials, make sure that you're opening your windows and ventilating. But things like vinegar and baking soda really clean really well. So just something like is in our daily life that we can take into consideration. Okay, so moving on to parasites. Yes, we all have them. Don't be afraid. It's just part of being alive in this world. So things like candida and yeast, bacteria, fungi, and worms live in and on our bodies. Some of them are good and beneficial. Some of them are not. Candida in particular is way too smart for its own good. And easily will start to colonize our bodies. So we do want to just be aware of the levels of parasites that we have. And we just want to do some we recommend doing a parasite cleanse twice a year. It's just what we are. If you travel to certain countries, or just in general, you might want to do it a few times a year. You might want to do it when you get home from traveling, but in general, just a normal person twice a year is a good bet. So if you're not pregnant or breastfeeding, you can use our Super Cleanse R to eliminate them. Also, we do have some other herbs that we can use. Lisa was talking about a company, Dr. Robert Morris has great herbal formulas. So we have other options, but if you have been doing our 30-day transformation, Super Cleanse R comes with that. And so you want to do that actually 2 rounds, 3 weeks apart, because as parasites die, they actually lay eggs. It's part of their survival mechanism. And so what we want to do is about 3 weeks in, just as those eggs start to hatch, but before they become adults and can lay more eggs, we actually want to kill them again. So we do recommend for a very thorough parasite cleanse to do 2 rounds, 3 weeks apart.
Beautiful.
So as parasites die off, there is what is called die-off symptoms. So we wanted to talk about this today because depending on where you're at in your reset with us, you will soon be entering your parasite cleanse moment, which will be 10 days with the Super Cleanse R. And we wanted to prepare you all that you might feel certain symptoms and that they're normal, they're okay, and they're actually something to celebrate. So you might experience things like cold and flu-like symptoms, fatigue. You might feel angry or short-tempered and not really understand what's going on. Why am I suddenly having all these like emotions? And cravings. Oh my goodness. So as parasites start to die off, they will be sending signals to your brain to ensure their survival. So they will be telling you to be eating the things that they thrive off of, which are usually acid-forming foods or whatever indulgences that are frequent in your diet. So you will feel these cravings like, oh my gosh, all I want is a burger and fries. That was me. When I did my very first parasite cleanse, I was like, all I want is a burger and fries. I don't know why I'm suddenly craving this so intensely. And my mentor, my guides were like, it's okay. Those are the parasites. Don't do it. Don't feed them because it's only going to last a day or two. And then once you don't feed them because you want them to die. So celebrate these symptoms. It means that you're winning and you're getting back control of your body.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's like almost like alien. They can tap into your nervous system.
Yeah. And this is scientifically proven. This is not like traditional medicine. Like science has proved this. They have, you can like look it up if you don't believe us.
Totally.
So yeah, detox enhancing activities. Oh, I love this kind of stuff.
So to enhance your detox, you can do some fun things. Breathwork is a big one. Belly massage, which I'm going to dive into in a moment. Dry brushing, like we were talking about before. Hot water bottle actually can really aid digestion. So if you're feeling backed up or something, sometimes just lying with a hot water bottle on your belly can be helpful to get things moving in there. Saunas, again, sweating, getting toxins out however we can through all of the elimination channels. Stretching can be helpful to move the lymph and move everything around, especially yoga too. They have a lot of postures and positions that are very organ cleansing. And detox tea, which you can find detox teas all over the place. Make sure you're getting an organic brand, but they're pretty helpful and easy peasy. So breath work. These are some of the main benefits of breath work, and I just wanted to touch on this to kind of emphasize how powerful it really is. I just started doing the Wim Hof breath, and I'm super excited about it because it's so relaxing and it makes me feel so good on a cellular level too. So it obviously increases oxygen to all your tissue, cells, and blood, and we need oxygen to survive. Again, so the more oxygen, the more thriving that our cells can do. It improves our respiratory capacity, feeding those lungs, expanding those lungs. The breath work will either energize you or relax your body based on what type of breath work you're doing. It's really cool. Different exercises can do different things for you. Detoxification, as we said before, at a cellular level, 70% of toxic waste can be expelled through the breath. So when you're actually practicing this on a day-to-day level, you are enhancing that detox on a huge level. It strengthens your immune system and you have overall better health. It helps clear old emotional patterns and triggers. You know, you can say that this is made up, but it actually does start tapping into the wiring of your brain, and it allows you to be able to release these emotional things that have been built up over time.
Yeah, the amount of, just to like jump in there, the amount of scientific research that has been done on Wim Hof specifically is extraordinary. This guy has put like basically surrendered himself to science to prove how incredible and how effective breathwork is. So you can look up some of those studies.
He injected himself with an endotoxin just to prove this, and he managed to expel it all only through breathwork. And then he did this to 12 participants as well, and they were all able to do the same thing, which proved that he's not just like a superhuman guy. It is his breathwork technique. Not to mention he withstands like deathly cold temperatures for extended periods of time just by breathing.
Yeah, I was gonna say he climbed Everest in a t-shirt.
Yeah, no, he does that all the time. It's like, yeah, I'll just like sit in this icy lake for an hour or whatever.
Yeah. If anybody listens to Snap Judgment, it's like a podcast series, and they cover like a bunch of different things. But one of they interview a reporter who like tried to go undercover like years ago to like basically disprove Wim Hof's like whole system and whatever, and like so like joined his like crew and like completely became a believer. He was like on Everest with him when they did it. It's pretty cool.
I love that. I'm gonna check it out. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, breath work is amazing. It can relieve stress and anxiety. That's huge, especially if you're consistent with it. It's very effective. And it helps you focus longer and make better decisions and become more balanced and just peaceful in your day-to-day life. And also enhances your creativity and feelings of joy and happiness. So try it out. We are going to be sharing a different type of breath work every week, like we did a little last week, and we're going to do a different one this week, and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to dive into the different types of breath work right now, but if it's something you're interested in learning, then stay at the end and we will teach you. Belly massage. So I am happy to go over this again with you guys separately if you need some reminders of how to do this. But you want to lie on the floor with your knees together and your feet flat on the ground and just in a relaxing position. If you do this consistently, literally in less than a week, it's going to improve your digestion and your elimination. It can rid you of pain, chronic pains, and reduce water retention and actually help you lose weight too, if that's something that you want to be doing. Yes, Heidi?
Cassandra, do you have a question?
I just wanted to say I have to go, but thank you so much. I'm sorry to leave early,
Oh,
but I want to thank you for sharing your information. And I'll chat with you soon, Heidi, and bye everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for being here.
So when you're starting off this belly massage, they say it's Chi Nai Tseng because it was originated by the Chinese, and they called it a Chinese organ massage. And this has been going on for a very long time in their traditional medicine. So I wanted to just put that tidbit in there. But you start off in this position on the floor, and you want to be breathing deeply into your abdomen first, and then into your chest, and then all the way up into your shoulders. So you're fully filling your body with air from the base up. And when you exhale, you're going down the same way. So starting with the shoulders, dropping the air down through the chest and then into the abdomen. And you're going to continue this breathing pattern through the whole exercise while you're massaging. So to start off, you'll take the fingers on both of your hands, and you're going to feel the skin around the rim of your navel. It's kind of thick, and just start gently massaging it, but like gently but firmly. And if you feel a lot of discomfort, press a little more gently. You don't want it to be painful. You're just stimulating that tissue there, which will actually enhance digestion pretty quickly. And then you're going to use your fingers to start a pumping motion, moving away from the navel. So you'll just start gently pumping around and away all around that area. This stimulates the intestinal transit and the lymph system as well to really get things moving. The next step that you can do is starting from the lower rib cage. You want to start like right underneath where your bottom rib is. You want to start pulling downwards, just coaxing that tissue to loosen there, pulling it downwards towards the navel. And repeat on the right side. You can move across the belly to the other side and start pulling on that side. Again, you're just easing and coaxing your internal organs and systems into smoother flow and function. And then last but not least, you're going to go down to the lower abdomen area, the space right between the navel, the belly button, and your pubic bone. And you want to be rubbing clockwise and then counterclockwise, again, like firmly but gently, just a nice rub. And then add the pumping with both hands. There may be some light discomfort here. It's not always a comfortable thing to do on the lower abdomen. You don't want it to be painful. If it's painful, back off. But if there is discomfort or dis-ease, that's okay. This should lessen as you go within like 2 minutes of doing it. Each of these exercises I like to do for 3 to 5 minutes at a time. And try to integrate it into your week at some point. You know, I mean, if you can do it every day, that's awesome. But I know we're all busy people and sometimes we don't have time for belly massages every day. So when you have time, try to get this in and spend 3 to 5 minutes on these different sections of the belly and the body. The pumping, the massaging, this is really going to get things moving in there, especially if you are experiencing constipation at all. Try to integrate this every day with your hydrating fruits. Dry brushing. So I actually have come to love dry brushing. At first I thought it was kind of strange. The one thing that you should know more than anything about dry brushing is that you want to always be brushing towards your heart. So start at your feet, stand in the shower naked, and because you may have some skin particles that come off as you're dry brushing. And start at your feet and brush up the feet, up the legs in long swooping motions. Think about just encouraging that circulation to flow up through the body and into the heart. And then if you're brushing like the neck or the shoulders, you're going down towards the heart. You're coming over the shoulder and down the heart. I like to use a long brush like this specifically for dry brushing because you can take the head of the brush off and you can put your hand on the back pocket there and brush that way, or you can use the handle to get to your back as well, which feels good. And make sure that you're using a natural bristle brush. Sorry, there are some like fake bristles out there. It's much less beneficial for the skin, and only brush the skin when it's dry. And it's good to take a rinse afterwards so you're really getting all those toxins off your body. Another thing that I just thought of about sweating and saunas as well, it's a great idea to make sure that you rinse off right after you sweat because you don't want those toxins reabsorbing into your system. Sometimes I like to take a small towel and I'll actually squeegee my body out. I'll just like take it over my leg and wrap it over the leg in like a tourniquet style and like squeeze it up the leg so that I feel like I'm squeegeeing my own body out. Again, any of that sweat that you can get into the towel instead of just drying onto the skin is going to help eliminate those toxins and not put them back in your body. Back to dry brushing. Sorry, I got distracted there. Brush each area several times. So spend 5 minutes dry brushing and you might it might only take you 2 minutes to go over your body. Do it again. The more you do it, the more effective it is. And make sure that you clean your dry brush after too. You don't want those flakes of skin staying on there and then going back on your skin afterwards because you are expelling a lot of toxins throughout the skin. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Do we have any questions before we move into breath work and meditation? Anything coming up for people? No? Okay, great. Heidi, do you want to take the lead?
Yes. So for everybody who is live with us or not live, we recognize and honor that breathwork and meditation is not for everybody. So you are more than welcome to not participate, but we do encourage you to participate because it's great and fun, and they're nice, sweet and short exercises. So we'll start with breathwork. So if you want to go to the next slide, I made a little slide about the style of breathwork we'll be doing today. And then Ilse is going to lead us in a nice meditation. So today we're going to be doing Kapalabhati, which is also known as breath of fire. So last week we did a more calming exercise, and this week we're going to be doing a breathwork exercise that actually is going to stimulate and revive and get the body energized. So some of the benefits of this style of breathing is that it relieves stress. It strengthens the diaphragm, because you'll see when we start doing it, it's really engaging the diaphragm and the abdomen. It enhances concentration. It improves digestion, because we're really working on all of those digestive organs, and it strengthens the abdominal muscles. And the best thing I love about this exercise is that it's short and sweet. We'll be doing 3 rounds of 30 seconds each. So this is something you can easily incorporate into your life. It takes 2 minutes to do a 3-round session. So, all right. So I want to have everybody, Chris last week gave me a great, great note. If you want to blow your nose before we get started, because we are going to be breathing strongly out of the nose, this is the time to do it. So I'll give you just a few seconds to grab a tissue, or you might want to grab one and put it nearby. I'm going to grab one too, just in case. Because we will be forcefully exhaling. And sometimes, which is great, there'll be mucus backed up and it comes out. So this is a good sign if that happens, but you might just want to blow your nose first, grab a tissue. And I'll just wait for Chris to get back, because I know he enjoys these breathwork exercises. All right, we're good. Okay, so we're going to take a comfortable seat. You want to sit up nice and straight, but also relax. You don't want to be too rigid either. And just gently close your eyes. And we're just going to take a nice big normal inhale. And exhale, just let everything go. We're just do that again. We're just gonna take a nice big inhale, just getting ourselves grounded and centered, and exhale, and just feeling your body, your sits bones, your legs, whatever is in contact with what's supporting you. Just feel yourself really supported and grounded. And now what we're going to do is I'll explain quickly so you guys can all just keep breathing normally, and I'll just talk through it briefly. What we're going to do together after I explain is we're going to take a nice big inhale, and then we're going to not think about the inhale after that. We're only going to think about the exhale. And keeping our mouth closed, we're going to forcefully exhale out the nostrils, and we're going to think about drawing our belly button back towards our spine. So it's quite a forceful exhale. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. I'm going to show you what it sounds like. It goes like this. So you should hear yourself breathing, and you really want to think about pumping that navel back towards your spine. And don't worry about the inhale. It's going to happen naturally. And we're going to think more about the exhale. We're going to do a round of about 30 exhales, about 30 seconds long. So we'll do it all together. So one more big inhale. One more relaxing exhale. And on this next inhale, we're going to start. So we all inhale together. And let's go. And everybody inhale. And just exhale normally. Just take a few normal breaths, and we're going to repeat that. And we're going to go a little bit faster for round 2. All right, take a nice big inhale, and we go into round 2. And letting that all go. Big inhale to reset. Big exhale to let it go. A couple more normal breaths before we go into round 3. And this time we're going to go up to 45 exhales. And if you need to stop earlier, that's fine. You just follow your body. Take a nice big inhale to set up and go. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. You can let a sigh. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes or keep them shut, as Ilse is going to lead us directly into a short meditation practice. Oh, Ilse, you're on mute.
Thank you, Heidi. So if you have opened your eyes, close them if you like. You're welcome to keep them open, but I do like to bring the attention as much as possible to the inner terrain of the body. So let's take a deep breath in here, in through the nose, breathing deeply. And let's sip in a little bit more air at the top, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and letting it all out. I like to breathe out through the mouth, and let's take another deep breath in through the nose. And a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and a little bit more air, and out through the mouth. Last one, inhaling in through the nose. Breathing in a little bit more, and a little bit more, and one more sip. And exhaling out through the mouth. And bringing the breath back to a normal pace. And bringing your attention to your butt in your seat. Feeling your fingers and toes, maybe wiggling them a little bit. And maybe circling the neck, elongating your spine, really feeling sensorially from the top of the skull down to the bottom of the sacrum. Just noticing what's going on in the body. What do you notice? Is there any discomfort, tension? If so, maybe taking a breath into that area of the body. And let's take a deep breath in here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And bringing your attention to your thoughts for a moment. What's coming up for you right now? Are you thinking about your limbs or your organs, or are other thoughts popping up for you? Maybe you have thoughts about your day. And if that comes up, just say, "Thank you, thought." Thank you, brain. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as more thoughts stream in, just thanking each one as they come. Yes, thank you, body. Thank you, brain. Yes, I know I have to go to the grocery store later. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now bring your attention to your ears and the sounds that you are hearing around you. Maybe it's the sound of my voice. Maybe it's the sound of a cat or a bird outside. Maybe it's the sound of the heater or your refrigerator. And now see if you can focus on the little ring that's deep within your ear. Everybody has a tiny little ringing in the depths of their ears. If you really search for it, see if you can find that sound now. And once you've found that little faint ringing, see if you can focus on it even harder, if you can almost even make it louder. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming back to your sounds, what are you hearing? Is the ringing still there? If any thought pops up, just say thank you. Thank you so much, thought, and let it pass away like a cloud. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's bring in some gratitude to the rest of our body. Our bodies work so hard for us every day. So give it some credit, give it some love. Thank you, brain. Thank you, mouth. Thank you, tongue. Thank you, neck. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And thank your lungs and your kidneys, all of your organs and systems. Give thanks to your legs for carrying you throughout the day and your feet for bearing all of your weight. Now let's give some thanks to the things outside of you, for the foods that we get every day, for the chair that you're sitting in, for the water that we drink, for the earth that's around us. Let's take a deep breath here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now if you want, thank your soul and your spirit for leading you forwards through your life. Thank the energy of the universe. Thank your ancestors. Thank the indigenous peoples of the land that you're living on. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And last but not least, let's think of all the people that you have love for, And just be thankful for the joy that's in your life, the magic, the connection, the relationships that we build. One last deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now bringing your attention back to your toes, your fingers, and your butt in the chair, or wherever you're sitting. Maybe wiggle your shoulders around a little bit, reawakening the body. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to us. How was that? Was that all right for everybody? Yay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for showing up today, showing up for yourself. And I'm just so happy that you joined us for this little educational adventure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To both of you.
Yeah, thank you both for being with us. And thank you everybody who's watching our replay. Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here.
The breath work really helped my out, like I can breathe better, like I could breathe through my nose completely afterwards. So yay. Now I get to go outside, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens then.
Good luck, Danny. We'll be thinking of you.
Yeah,
Sending you your air.